There are great seasons, and then there's 2006 LaDainian Tomlinson. In 1 year, he didn't just dominate, he scored more touchdowns. He didn't just break records, he rewrote the rule book for what a running back could be. And in the process, LT became a legend.
Give the man the credit that he deserves. In my opinion, the best running back that I have ever seen.
By the mid-2000s, everyone already knew LaDainian Tomlinson was special. Drafted 5th overall in 2001, he was electric from the jump. He could slash through defenders, catch passes out of the backfield, even throw the occasional touchdown. From 2001 to 2005, LT rushed for over 1,200 yards every single season and scored 80 total touchdowns. But there was always one problem. The Chargers were not winning. They went through coaching changes, QB battles, and in 2004, they drafted Phillip Rivers while still rolling with Drew Brees. By 2006, Brees was gone, Rivers was the starter, and a lot of people thought the Chargers offense might take a step back. Instead, something unbelievable happened. Marty Schottenheimer and offensive coordinator Cam Cameron built the playbook around LT. He wasn't just the feature back, he was the engine, the safety valve, and the home run hitter. Defenses knew exactly what was coming. They stacked the box, they blitzed, they hit him from every angle, and it didn't matter. Because 2006 wasn't just another good LT season, it was the greatest season any running back has ever had. From the very start of the 2006 season, it was obvious that Tomlinson was about to do something different. Defenses prepared for him every single week. Coordinators spent hours drawing up ways to slow him down. And yet, when the whistle blew, it was like trying to stop a tidal wave with a sandcastle. In week 1 against the Raiders, LT wasted no time. He gashed Oakland for 131 yards and a touchdown, looking like he was in midseason form. By the time the game was over, he'd already passed Walter Payton for the most consecutive seasons with 1,200 rushing yards.
Handoff from Rivers, beast, down the hole on the right side, 58 yards before
It set the tone. This wasn't going to be just another Pro Bowl year. A few weeks later against the defensive powerhouse Baltimore Ravens, LT showed he could grind too. The Ravens had Ray Lewis, Ed Reed, and one of the nastiest front sevens in football. They keyed on him all game, swarming him with multiple tacklers. But late in the fourth quarter, with the Chargers needing a score, Tomlinson found the end zone anyway. He turned what could have been a 2-yard loss into a bruising touchdown. Even when defenses won most plays, LT still found ways to break them. By mid-season, it felt like he was scoring almost every time he touched the ball. And then came the Week 9 matchup with the Cleveland Browns. The Chargers fell behind big 28-7, and it looked like they were about to get blown out. But then Tomlinson took over. He scored 3 second-half touchdowns, keeping San Diego alive, before finally punching in a 4th to seal the comeback win. 4 touchdowns in 1 game. The Browns had no answer. And he wasn't done. The very next week, against the Cincinnati Bengals, LT followed it up with another 4-touchdown performance. Back-to-back weeks of 4 touchdowns, something most players wouldn't even dream of in a season. At that point, it was clear to everyone watching. This wasn't just a great player having a good year. This was something historic. Fans started checking the box score just to see how many times LT scored that Sunday. Broadcasters joked that he was ruining fantasy football because whoever had him basically won automatically. And this was all still before December, when he truly went on the record-breaking tear. By now, you could probably see why 2006 LT is remembered as one of the greatest single seasons ever. But before we get to the record-breaking stretch that cemented his legacy, quick reminder, if you're enjoying this breakdown, hit subscribe. We post deep dives into NFL history every week, and you don't want to miss the next one. Alright, back to LT's historic run. From week 8 to week 14, Tomlinson scored at least 3 touchdowns in 5 different games. Think about that. For most players, 3 touchdowns in a season is a solid year. LT was doing it in a single Sunday. By November, he was chasing a record no one thought would fall. Shaun Alexander's 28 total touchdowns from the year before. Alexander's MVP season was supposed to be untouchable. LT made it look easy. The magic number was 28. Most people thought it would stand for decades. Records like that weren't supposed to fall back to back, but LT was different. In Week 12 against the Raiders, he added another 3 touchdowns, bringing his season total to 24. Suddenly, Alexander's record wasn't just in sight, it was on the horizon. Analysts started counting down on TV. Fans started bringing signs to games. 28 is next. The buzz grew louder with every carry. Then came Week 13 against the Buffalo Bills. LT bulldozed his way to 178 rushing yards and 3 more scores. That brought his total to 27 touchdowns with 4 games still left to play. He was now just 1 shy of tying Alexander's record. The following Sunday against the rival Denver Broncos, the moment finally came. In the third quarter, the Chargers offense lined up inside the 5-yard line. Everyone in the stadium knew who was getting the ball. Phillip Rivers took the snap, handed it to Tomlinson, and LT powered through a pile of defenders into the end zone. Touchdown number 28. The record was tied. But he wasn't finished. Later in that same game, LT broke free again. A handoff to the left, a quick cut inside, and suddenly he was past the line, bursting into the end zone. Touchdown number 29, the new single-season touchdown king. The crowd at Qualcomm Stadium went crazy. Teammates lifted LT onto their shoulders as the public address announcer declared him the NFL's new record holder. Cameras flashed, fans chanted his name, and Tomlinson, ever humble, raised the ball high in the air to share the moment with everyone in the building. It was a coronation. But the scary part, the season wasn't even over. In the final 3 weeks, LT added 2 more rushing touchdowns, finishing the year with an NFL record 31 total touchdowns, a number that still stands today. It wasn't just the numbers, it was how he did it. LT wasn't the biggest back, he wasn't the fastest, but his combination of vision, balance, and acceleration was unreal. He could explode through a hole, cut on a dime, and never seemed to take a square hit. And then there was his versatility. He could run inside, outside, catch passes like a receiver, and even line up in the slot. His passing touchdowns were just the cherry on top, proof that he was the ultimate Swiss Army knife. 2006, LaDainian Tomlinson is still called by many the greatest season ever by a running back. 31 total touchdowns, over 2,300 yards from scrimmage, unanimous MVP, the face of a 14-2 team that looked unstoppable. The only blemish was the playoffs, and yeah, that's an important one. The Chargers were upset by the Patriots in the divisional round, cutting the run short. But that doesn't take away from what LT did. His season wasn't just dominant, it was mythical. Even today, when we talk about all-time great seasons, 1984 Marino, 2007 Brady, 2013 Peyton, 2006 LT stands right alongside them. LaDainian Tomlinson didn't just play football in 2006. He made defenses look like they weren't even in this league. He didn't just score touchdowns, he scored them in bunches week after week until the entire record book bent to his will. 2006 LT wasn't just great, he wasn't just dominant, he was on another level. If you enjoyed this breakdown, stick with Pro Kickoff US. Hit subscribe and check out some of our other deep dives right here. See you on the next one.